Welcome back to Simpin Sunday, the show where we take an anime girl and build a themed team and Pokemon Showdown around her. This week we are unfortunately showcasing Gawr Gura from Hololive. She is graduating, and I have always wanted to build a team around her. We've already done a couple of the Hololive girls before, but since she is graduating, it is time for her team to be built. I could have done it at any time. I just wanted to save her for later. But because she's retiring, might as well get her out of the way now. Now, unfortunately, Sharpedo is not in Gen 9, so it's hard to find old Gen games, and Sharpedo doesn't really fit well into the old gens as much as I would like. So we're doing this in National Dex UU. One of the problems with running a Gawr Gura themed team is that she is very much aquatic based, shark based. So a lot of the Pokemon on the team are going to be water types, and a Pokemon like Rillaboom is a major problem. So usually when we face Rillaboom, we just sort of lose. And so I'm not gonna think too hard about this game, just because I'm pretty sure that we're toast no matter what. Here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna crunch turn 1. Because if they Dragon Dance, I don't want that to happen, yeah. And now I'm gonna protect because I think they will attack me this turn. And now, oh, they went for Devastating Drake. I was not expecting that. And now I should just be able to crunch here. And it looks like it's a 2 KO, unless that's a dirty roll. And here I'm actually going to go for my own Z move, which is Black Hole Eclipse. And with a defense drop, that actually might kill this Skarmory, which is nice. Now they do know that I have Protect, so if they go into Rillaboom, I do expect them to go for the Grassy Glide, but we can at least stall out a couple of turns if possible. Just, you know, so that they don't have that priority option. I'm just gonna go into my Nidoqueen. Gonna hit that Flamethrower. This Nidoqueen set is sort of a weird one. Well, I don't know if it's the best set. It's double hazards, Earth Power, and Flamethrower. And Sludge Bomb and Ice Beam would both be pretty useful in certain situations, but for example, if that Skarmory were still around, then I do think it would be better to have Flamethrower so that you can hit Steel types, right? Sunny Day. Oh, okay. I guess that's for the Mega Houndoom. So now they're gonna teleport. Okay, or not. Well, that's fine by me, I think. I'm gonna go back to Nidoqueen here, because now I think Earth Power is pretty free. Okay, so they do go Houndoom here. I don't really have a good switch in, unfortunately. What are you gonna do? Now, hopefully they stay in here, but I really doubt that they will. They should always go Clefable. But as we said already, this game is pretty much a wrap from the outset, just because Rillaboom is there. However, they do give me the Houndoom, so we're not getting 6-0'd, which is fine by me. And Gura got a KO. Game 1, which is good. Sharpedo is such a cool Pokemon, but I will say that one of the things holding it back, I'm gonna Sucker Punch here to get some trip off, and then I will go into this, and we'll just die, as you see. So at this point, there's really nothing I can do. I am pretty sure this does not take it either, so we'll just forfeit. But we did get a couple KOs. Oh yes, so Sharpedo. The one thing holding Sharpedo back is it doesn't have any boosting options. Now we're facing Stall, which is exciting. Now usually when my opponents see my team, they notice that that they have a Rotom Wash, and I have no ground type except for one that is weak to water. So they oftentimes lead off with the Rotom. So I'm gonna lead off with Gura again. and try to just get off as much damage as possible. And now we always protect here because they could be Choice Scarf. And I actually don't know what kind of like max speed Choice Scarf set might be. But we're just, like I said, we're trying to get as much damage as possible off. Because I know that this is going to be the bane of my existence. And Sharpedo isn't breaking stall. Like I was saying, it doesn't have any boosting options. No Sword Stance, no Calm Mind, no Bulk Up, nothing like that. As a result, that's sort of an issue when it comes to like setting up and sweeping. Because you have the speed boost, and that's cool. But you don't have anything else besides that. So their Mungus now is choiced. We'll just sack this, that'll be fine. But if I go into Bone Bros and click Knock Off, then it's no longer going to be choiced, which is sad. So I'm actually going to click Close Combat here, because it will kill your Saluna. And then if they go into the Mungus, here I feel like they have to go for a poison move or maybe a grass move. Grass move makes sense too. And I'm going to set the Stealth Rock just so I can start getting some chip off. They do go Gudra. There's always such a weird thing to go into a Gudra on a ground type, but as you can see, this takes absolutely no type of damage. It's very funny. And they get a Current on the Ice Beam, which is okay, I guess. I feel like Clawitzer is the thing that's going to win this game, because something like Specs Ice Beam is really strong into this. So I'd rather go into Absol here and just throw off a Sword Stance. We want a Sword Stance because we want to try to start breaking their team, and I don't think this has Body Press. It could have Body Press. Gudra could have all sorts of moves. But I figured they'd go Amoonguss here. And they can't go for Spore here because I have Magic Bounce. As they do go for Sludge Bomb and get the immediate poison. But they do give us the Rotom Wash, which is amazing. And we will knock off the Quagsire. It's obviously going to be unaware. But I think that's okay. Now I can go to my Umisi Primarina and click the Substitute. And now we're just going to click Scald. Calm Mind up. And Calm Mind up again. We just have to risk the poison here, because that actually no longer breaks our sub. Just fantastic. Gonna Calm Mind up again. You know, if they had something like Heavy Slam, that would be a problem here. But they don't, so we're good there. And here we're just gonna have to go for the burn. They could have Toxic on this set, for sure, as they do have the Toxic. But at this point, I can just start breaking their team, right? They go Gudra. Here, I'm going to just click Draining Kiss. I'm +3. I'm getting Recovery, as that was a crit, actually. But we'll take it. And now I'm going to start throwing off Scalds, because they'll do more damage to everything in the back. But as you can see by this point, their Amoonguss is no longer Choice Scarfed. I'm just going to Scald here. And I can just Ice Beam it with Specs, and that should kill. As actually Scald does. So, Umisi the Primarina is definitely the win con on this team. It's the one thing that can set up on this team reliably. Zora, or the Absol, can set up as well, but it's a lot more frail. And so, this team really struggles, obviously, against grass types, or even electric types. But in this matchup, we actually have water-on-water violence, which is very exciting. I'm not sure how to best play this out. I'm gonna disguise as Gura this time. And we'll see what that gets us. Well, we do have Protect, which is good for the Glycopod. I don't think you should ever really go without Protect on Sharpedo. Okay, yes, and I wanted to knock off the Tentacruel, because getting rid of this Tentacruel means that I should be able to set up toxic spikes and stealth rock and be annoying in that regard. And we knocked off their damp rock before they went for the rain dance, which is also very good. Here I'm going to go into my Umisi because we resist their dual stab, and we're not about to take a first impression. And I'm just going to click Scald. I don't know if in the rain Scald will KO the Tentacruel, but we'll see. They do go Emp, which is interesting. I sort of want to... they're not going to go for Scald, right? Go for Flash Cannon, that's okay. Then I can just click Close Combat here. And we don't get rid of the Empoleon. Wow. Okay. Now we're going to go into Sharpedo. Because if you look at their team, they only have one switch in, and that's Primarina. I would like to weaken the Prim if possible. Although I think I will switch out Gura. The opposing Primarina is actually really annoying. I'm just going to go into my Nidoqueen because obviously Nidoqueen is not doing much in this battle. We already got rid of the Steel type. And they have all water types. So what is my ground type doing? But it looks like it may be Choice Specs because that did a lot of damage. Okay, here we'll go into Clawitzer. That Mega Evolves. That sounds about right. I'm just gonna sack this. Yep. Okay. Now I'm going to immediately throw off the Z. Oh, shoot. Man, I meant to click the Z button, but then I did not. Which is sad. I guess we'll click Scald here. I'm gonna get the burn. Which is amazing. Okay. We needed that. Now we are much weaker into the rest of their team, where you can see, and I got the crit, that, you know, they have this Kingdra. We need to save the Primarina so we don't get swept by Kingdra. Glycopod was also amazing for this, and they have their Primarina. Once again, we're just going to sack the Nidoqueen, because if they do go for that, then I think we get to go back into our own Primarina and go for the Calm Mind, maybe? Oh, maybe not. Maybe I should have gone for the Draining Kiss. Oh well. So that crit definitely mattered in the last game, because if they didn't get the crit, then I would have lived the Sparking Ray area, could have gotten the +1, and then Draining Kissed up. And the other two, as you saw, did not beat Primarina. But that is the game that we play, and now we're facing off against the Rillaboom and Rotom Wash. So that's exciting. Here we'll lead off with Nidoqueen, and I don't really care at this point. Like, when you see Rillaboom like this, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, turn your brain off. There's not much you can do here to win the game anyway. Okay, so go Gudra. That's fine. As we've seen before, we sort of lose the 1v1 against Gudra. I'm gonna throw off a flamethrower here, just in case they decided to go into Rillaboom. It also, I guess, covers the Rotom Wash to an extent. And now I'll just Earth Power. I don't know why they made that play. Flamethrower here, Skarmory comes out. Alright. So it looks like they are Choice Scarf for Rotom Wash. And then they predicted me to switch, and we're trying to get a cheeky Volt switch off. So here now I will go into my Shrimp, because I don't need it. Right? And if they decide to go for a water move, I'll eat it and be able to kill something, which is fine. So we get a KO against this team. Once again, it's the Skarmory. I guess Skarmory isn't the most important against a team like this. I don't know. Now see, this kind of team is one of the ones that would definitely benefit from Terra being allowed in that Dex. because I could get out of one of these awful typings. Well, I mean, it's not like the typing is bad necessarily. It's just that it's really bad for this team. And if I could have a Terrifier Zoroark or something, then we'd be happy, right? As we actually live that, thank goodness. I actually don't know what the roll is on that, because I'm pretty sure I've died from full before with that, right? That's not the right one. Okay, so Banded Grass Glide kills, non-banded does not. And they give us a 2-for-1, which is fantastic. So now we're gonna save this because it helps against this low HP Scarf Rotom and also the Arcanine. All right, woo, that voice cracked. I did not expect to win that one. We should not have won that one, but the clutch live on the Zoroark, as you can see here. Rillaboom, Choice Band, Adamant, that kills. It'll kill even if it's Jolly. But let's say that you're, you know, something else that's not that. Then the Grassy Glide. Wait, what were they? Miracle Seed? Maybe they were Miracle Seed or something weird like that. I don't know how I lived. Very weird. Okay, we're facing sand. So I think here I'm going to lead off with, again, something that deals with the Rotom to an extent. I think in this case we'll try Absol, because that also deals with Tyranitar. Can't be tricked, it can't be Will-O-Wisp. All it can do is Volt Switch, and then if the Volt Switch is out and outspeeds, then we'll know that it's Choice Scarfed. This does invite an Okidogi, but I'll just click Knock Off, and then it'll be less of a threat, and then we can go Nidoqueen or something. I don't know. I never know what to put Zoroark as, so I just sort of click buttons. Anyway. Oh, it's actually lead off with Okidogi. Okay. I see you. That's cool. Look it up Stealth Rock here. Good to go Rotom Wash. Alright. And now it's a question of what do I need and what don't I need. I think once again I don't need the Shrimp, as we do find out that they are not choiced. I'm just going to click U-turn here, as apparently they are super slow. Alright. Now we know. We'll once again go Clawitzer, and we will click Dark Pulse, because that's going to do a whole lot of damage. And I don't care if they go into Tyranitar or anything like that. And they actually sack it, which is amazing, because I did not need my Clawitzer at all. Wow, that's really, really valuable. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I am... No, I'm timid. Okay, I'm timid. If I had been modest, I probably wouldn't have outsped. Okay, let's go to Sharpedo here. Yeah, I'm going to Liquidate, because I do not want them setting up. And they may try to set up as they go for Z. I guess that makes sense too. And now we're going to go Primarina because we should live. And I think Primarina is less valuable in this kind of game. Let's see. Okidogi's buffeted, Primarina's buffeted, so we do not outspeed. Oh, they have Psychic Fangs. Cool. I'll just Earth Power again, because they don't two-shot me. Just barely. That was a dirty roll. 48 to 52 almost. Yeesh. But we got rid of the Okidogi, which actually opens up my Primarina a lot. Here we will, do I want to keep this? No. Okay, now we're out of sand. Means I'm gonna go Absol and click Close Combat. You should always go Clef here, as they do. I'm gonna go my Zoroark, because I can click the trick. They actually allow me to trick them, which is amazing. Now we get to click U-turn on the Tyranitar, and we get to go out into our Unisi. I'm just gonna throw off a Scald, as they are, I think that maybe Banded Tar is not good. Okay, gotta go into Bone Bros here. And we gotta hope that I can live, but I don't. So the problem is that I didn't kill a sucker anyway. So I was hoping that I would outspeed the Tranitar and it wouldn't do so much damage. That was probably a misplay on my part. I should have preserved my HP on the Primarina. It's actually sort of crazy that I lost that matchup because it's, you know, 4 water types against the Sand Core. So I shouldn't have lost that. Alright, now we're facing off against another Beedrill. I really don't know what this team has going on. It's very weird. I'm going to lead off with this and disguise it as Primarina. I'm gonna go hard Nidoqueen here. We'll go for Stealth Rock. Apparently they didn't like the matchup, which makes a lot of sense. Alright, if you're facing with the Primarina against Conkeldurr, that isn't a good trade for you. We go Rotom Wash, which is okay. Rotom Wash looks to be Choice Scarfed here. I think this time I will go into my Shrimp, predicting them to go for a water move. Yep, as I figured that they would. And now I get to throw off a Specs Water Pulse, as they are not choiced. But I didn't see any leftovers, so I figured that that's what they were, right? Actually, you know what? In their boots. Just know I'm coming. Okay, so okay. I'm gonna go into Absol and I'm just gonna click Sucker Punch. I don't want them to get the boosted Bolt Beak off, as apparently that kills anyway. But then what I can do is I can go into Gura and I can just click Protect, right? And now we're going to click Crunch. And that looks like that's going to beat the Rotom Wash. Here we're going to Liquidate just in case they decide to go Conk. Not really sure what they're doing here. I don't think Beedrill gets First Impression. So that was not a good play on their part. This is what they should have always gone into. And we're just going to go into Nidoqueen here. Always. Nidoqueen, of course, is pretty good in this matchup. Tried calcing if Mach Punch KOs, but I don't think it does. I think this does less for me overall. So I'm just going to click Shadow Ball here. And that actually does get me some value out of this because they go for the Facade. I could have gone for Facade, Drain Punch. If Knockoff was the only problem that it could have been. Now I'm Choice Scarfed, which I do think 273 times 1.5. Probably outspeeds me if they're Jolly, but if they're Adamant, it does not. I'm gonna go Prim now, because what I can do is throw off a Scald, and they don't like Scald, right? And this doesn't appear to be as offensive as the last one. Or maybe it is, and I just, you know, got hit by a knockoff. Okay, we get that crit there. And I guess the moment of truth will be coming up now. Go for Bolt Beak. Question is, do we outspeed? Shadow Ball. They are Jolly, okay. So we'll Protect here. We have to get the double Protect, and we do get the double Protect. So now, just to double check, I am faster than you. So now we Crunch. And so now the question is, what kills Iron Moth? I don't want to throw this. Sharpedo, Iron Moth. Offensive, anything like that will do. Liquidation kills. Unless I did the Calcron, but yeah. Alright. So just a fun video today using a not very good team. Please don't get it twisted. This is not a good team, but it is a theme team, which means I need to use Pokemon that match the theme in my opinion. And I needed to use Sharpedo because I think Sharpedo is a better representation of Gura than Garchomp is. First of all, it's water type. Second of all, it's smaller. Let me also just say, you know, you could have run Mega Sharpedo, and Mega Sharpedo would have made a lot of sense. It's just as fine in this as normal Sharpedo, but I did want to run Absol, and Absol definitely needs its Mega to be any kind of good. So that's how we ended up with this particular team. But yeah, I wish the best to Gura in her future endeavors. I believe we should be seeing more of her in the future, which will be good. So I'll keep my eye out on that. That's it for today's video, and I'll catch you guys next time.